here. Just before we get started with today's lesson, I want to make sure that everybody knows to check with a big person at home before you get started with any of today's activities, because we are going to be using some things from around the house if you can find them. But you want to make sure you check with the big people that you're allowed to use those things before you get started. We're also going to be making some noise today, so you want to check with the big people that it's an okay time for you to make noise in the house and that you're not going to be waking anyone up or bothering anyone who's in a meeting or working. One more thing to remember before we get started, just like in class when we're playing our found sounds or our instruments or anything, we don't want to hit them as hard as we possibly can. We just want to hit them nice, gentle, so we get a really great musical sound out of them. So remember, hit them nice and gently and get a beautiful sound. This week's lesson is going to look at found sounds, and that's something we talk about a lot in class. And found sounds, if you remember, are anytime I find something that wasn't meant to be an instrument and I use it as an instrument. So today I've got some of my instruments from home here and some of the things that I found around the house. And I'm going to show you how you can use these things that you found around the house to play some beats and some rhythms and things. So over here we've got the clavs, right? These are just two sticks, right? We play them by hitting them together. They got a pretty good sound. We have ones at school that we have that are just made out of little pieces of wood. We have some that are made out of broomsticks that some of you might have used with me before. And I've got some things around home that I could use for that. So I've got my wooden spoons. If you can find some wooden spoons around the house, again, make sure it's okay to use them. They're going to sound something like this. So that works really good. I also found some chopsticks. If you had wooden ones, these happen to be plastic. Let's see what kind of sound we get with them. Pretty cool too. And these are actually just the little wooden skewers that you hit, that you would make shish kebabs with. Makes a nice little sound too. So we can get different sounds with those. So what else have I got over here? I've got, of course, my shakers. So you might have some shakers at home like this. Or something. This is what I bought at the music store. It's a little bit different shape. They also make egg-shaped ones. But a lot of you might remember making an egg one with me a couple years ago and using these little ones from Easter. So you fill that up with either some rice or some beans. This one, I believe this one has some beads inside it. They work really great too. That's another way you can make a really nice shaker that gets a good sound. I also have this one here. I made this out of a little piece of pipe and I put in some beads and I just taped up the ends. And that gets a bit of a different sound too. The pipe works for other stuff too. I've got some pipe ones here that can be used like the sticks. You can hit them together. Or you can also take one of your other sticks and hit it. Get a bit of a different sound there. All right, what else have we got over here on the right? We've got our little drum here. This is one I had around. Right? Over here we've got one of my favorites from school, the yogurt drum. I know most of you guys have all played this one with me and it gets a really nice sound too. Alright, what else have I got here? This one is kind of a ice cream bucket. I can get a bit of a deeper sound with that. I had this little mini frying pan. That makes kind of a neat sound. I'm going to use that here in a minute. And so when I want to sound kind of like a cymbal here, I could use maybe my frying pan. Gives me a similar sound, or my old tin can, or a little pot lid here. Oh, great sounds. What else have I got here? I've got a wood block. So the wood block we played at school. Right? Oh, I just found a piece of wood. If you have one, now be careful if you do have a piece of wood like this that you don't get slivers off of it. So make sure you check with big people first that it's okay to use it. But I can use that piece of wood in some of my sticks here. Get a nice wood block sound. So pretty much anything you can find. I even found this thing. I don't even know what this is, but it looks like it's made to put two pipes together into one, but I thought it might make a cool sound, so I was playing around with it. You can get a different sound if you hit it in different parts sometimes, just like our other drums. So I think that one's pretty fun too. All right, and I've got two more things sitting up here. If you were in any of my Google Meets in the last couple of weeks, you might have seen my box drum here that makes different sounds and different types of sounds, played by sitting on it like this, and then you kind of play it by hitting it. Right? Now, if you don't have a box drum at home, I actually found this little ottoman here. It's just a little stool, and it works pretty good. I also had one more stool here I was going to show. Ready? here. This is just a little stool from the dollar store, but it can work like a box drum as well. So all kinds of different stuff that you can use as a drum at home. All right, so I'm going to show you a couple different things you can do with the drums next. All right, so let's get started. We're going to start with a basic beat today. Our beats always count to 4 because we have 4 beats in our musical bar for most songs. So remember, we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4 over and over again. On the 1 and the 3, you're going to choose one of your hands to be the 1 and the 3 and the other hand to be the 2 and the 4. So let's get started nice and slow to get it going. We're going to go with 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. All right, so once you've got that basic beat going, you can add to that. So we can make it go a little bit faster, and then we can start to add some of the other pieces. So let's see what we want to do here. We're going to start with. So that was the first basic beat, a little bit that you can play around with. You can also just freestyle with it, kind of play whatever comes out. I'm going to see what I can come up with here. I'm going to start with a basic beat with this hand. Anything you want to do with it, just have fun with it. If you feel like sending me a video of it so I can see it, that would be great. Or if you just want to let me know that you did it and whether you liked it, whatever you like, I'd love to see that or hear about how it went. Thanks, guys.